Listen. We are back for another episode of Big Six Bats. It's another pre-record. Today we're going to be talking on Leny Yoro because I have a specific opinion on this player that some of you lot might not really agree with. But before we get into it, make sure you do smash the like button. Let's get this video to at least 100 likes. If you're watching, it's the thumbs up button below. And of course, make sure you subscribe. We're 10 away from 9.7. So let's make that happen. But listen, let's get into the nitty gritty. Leny Yoro, of course, the 18-year-old defender sensation for Lille. He's doing really well. Had a brilliant, pretty much second/breakout season in the French league, and he's probably one of the most sought out centre backs at the moment right now. He's been seen as like the next Saliba kind of thing. And I'm gonna be real, yeah. I'm gonna be real. First things first. I don't think we need him. This signing doesn't move me. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't think we need Leny Yoro. Now, that's not to say he's not a good player. I'm not saying he's dusty. I'm not saying he's crap. But there's a few things that I need to get that I can't really get my head around. I'm going to be real. The first one is being a centre-back and bringing him to the Premier League and having low socks is a madness. I'm not going to lie. Having low socks and playing centre-back is crazy. That's actually crazy. Where's the protection? But anyway, that's me more being, I'm being an idiot. But the low socks, playing centre back and having low socks is crazy, by the way. Now that is a Mazzolini at 18. Like, bro, mobility, I get it and that, but you're not a winger, bro. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, now to actually talk some sense. I genuinely think that Liverpool already have a young centre back who, for me, isn't too much different from Leny Yoro in terms of style, not too much different in terms of stature. I'd say maybe similar in stature slightly. And of course, for me, in ability, there's not too much in it. Now, again, I've watched a little bit of Leny Yoro. I've obviously watched more of Quanza, but for me, Leny Yoro is just Quanza with more PR. We've already got someone like that in our squad. We are lucky enough to have Quanza come through the way he did last season and perform at the level that he's performed at, and he is fit right in while in a title race and looked barely out of place and on pretty much on the same level as Ibrahim Konate, who is known as one of the best young centre-backs in the world. Young centre-backs in the world, by the way, not the best centre-backs in the world. Young best centre-backs in the world. So for me, when I look at it that way, I think Leny Yoro, like, look at our centre-backs. You have Joe Gomez as an alternate centre-back / wing-back. So for me, he's not going to be playing centre-back going forward. He's probably going to be playing left-back. You have Virgil van Dijk. So he's the one senior centre-back. Matip's gone. Matip's gone now. So that's one senior centre-back gone. You have Ibrahim Konate, who's the second most experienced centre-back in our squad. That's an issue in itself. And you also have, of course, Quanza there as well. And again, what else is there? Virgil van Dijk, Quanza, and Ibrahim Konate. So if we was to add Leny Yoro to that list now, it all of a sudden becomes a bit like you've got an 18-year-old, a 21-year-old, and Ibrahim Konate, I believe it's 23, 24. But at the same time, he might even be 25. Someone correct me in the comments. But for me, to have one proper experienced centre-back, I feel like that's a slight issue for me at Liverpool. We don't need another 18-year-old coming in. And yes, I know his ceiling is very high, and I know he's a very good player. But I feel like we don't need to stunt Quanza's growth. It doesn't need to happen for me. I think we need to bring in another centre-back with more experience, who's a little bit older, who has a little bit more know-how. For me, again, Guéhi isn't the oldest centre-back in the world, but I'd rather bring in Guéhi as a 23-year-old than an 18-year-old. I'd rather bring in an Inacio. Listen, for me, Inacio is probably one of the better options in this market right now for talking about centre-backs. And genuinely, I'm not even looking at the Tapsobers and all those guys. Genuinely, an 18-year-old from France who has a lot of bags of potential is a very interesting prospect. For me, I feel like he's going to Madrid anyway, but I just don't think we need him. We don't need a Leny Yoro. We need an experienced centre-back. So for me, the signing just doesn't, whatsoever, the signing doesn't move me. I want to know if you guys feel like I'm talking rubbish right now. Let me know if I'm talking rubbish. Like, do you guys honestly think he is clear of Quanza? I want you lot to, who is better, Quanza or Yoro? I've looked with my eyes. Quanza is a very good centre-back. You can just see it. You can just see it. You can tell when a man's a baller. Yes, he made the mistake against United, but I'm not going to sit here and act like he hasn't been one of Liverpool's best defenders this season after coming off of playing under Joey Barton in League One. That shit ain't normal. We need to capitalize on that. Capitalize on that. Give him a contract. I don't know if he got a contract already, to be fair, but listen, he's the truth. Here's the truth. We've got Rice at home. We have Rice at home. For me, if we sign Yoro, I'd say if Madrid deem him too expensive, and because remember they said they want 40 million, they're only willing to pay 40 million, and Lille value him at around 60 million. Now, if Madrid aren't willing to budge, are not really trying to go there. Of course, Liverpool and United are the two suitors. Liverpool, one of the strong suitors as well. If we were to go and make it happen and we pay the 60 million euros or whatever, and we go and get him, I'm not going to complain, but I'm not going to be jumping for joy. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be jumping for joy. I need to see him in a Liverpool kit to see what he can do. Yes, I'm not going to downplay the French league either. He's doing it at the age of 18. But in my opinion, Jarell Quanza in a title race, I think Jarell Quanza's done it at a higher level consistently. It just doesn't move me. I'll support the signing if it happens. Not sure if it's going to happen. I'm probably going to give it maybe a 20, I'd say 15% chance I think the signing happens. But there is a lot of noise about it. There is a lot of noise. Just to add, David Ornstein said this in his pod. He said the consensus among the Premier League clubs who want Leny Yoro is that he will end up at Real Madrid. They are the firm favourites. So as you guys can see there, well, it looks like Real Madrid are the front runners anyway. It just depends on whether they want to spend the money or not. If they decide not to spend the money, it looks like Liverpool could still be the favourites. Let me go and listen. Let me know what you guys think of the signing, man. He's a right-sided centre back, I believe. I believe he can probably play both, to be fair. You know, with Konate and Quanza, does he come in and start at Liverpool? That's another question. Does he even start at Liverpool Football Club? Does he start? And I know we have to prepare for the departures of a possible Van Dijk going forward. We have to, you know, these guys, the spine is starting to age. But for me, as it stands, I think Quanza is more than good enough to fill this kind of young centre back role within our squad. I don't think we can have too many extra proper young centre backs in the team. I think we need to add a bit more experience in the back line at this moment in time. Liverpool are going to be a bit more defensively rigid in this 4-2-3-1 that Slot's going to play. It's not complete rock and roll chaos 1v1 situational defending that we're usually used to under Jurgen Klopp. So it's going to be interesting to see our defensive style. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think we need Leny Yoro. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Whether this signing would be a good signing or not. Give it a rank out of 10. Let me know whether you think it's possible or it's happening or not. If Real Madrid decide not to go through with this, that's just my opinion. Let me know, guys. Smash a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel. It's another episode of Big Six Bands, and we will see you soon. Take care, guys, and have a great day.